Hey Trancefix, this is Ferry Corsten. Hello.
Everything is beautiful, let the music carry you. Baby, I will follow you forever. Nowhere else I'd rather be when you're lying next to me. Let the music carry us together.
Ferry Corsten.
Yeah, I'm currently working on my new artist record. Twice in the Room. The previous one has been out already for 2 years now. So yeah, what can we expect? It's going to be a really interesting album. There's a lot of trance influences, of course, because that's still my roots, my main thing. Very melodic, but overall the tempo has gone down. It's more 128, 132. That's where the tempo is. There's quite a bit of vocal tracks as well this time, and there's some really interesting collaborations that will come up as well. So it's going to be an interesting album. We are actually looking for a release date around September, and the overall style, yeah, like I said, it's definitely trancey, but way groovier, a bit more danceable instead of jumping, and some real deep melodies, and that's what I've always done. So that's what you can expect. Basically, day-to-day things, what happens when you get up in the morning, people you meet. Places where you go. That's really it, And sometimes it's just sitting in the studio and you drop your hands on the right keys and there's your melody. Ferry Corsten's sound. Well, first of all, I would like to say that Ferry Corsten's sound, I think, is very diverse. It's the one moment you can expect a Made of Love. The next moment you can expect a punk or a track like that. So it could go any direction, but the key factor in a Ferry Corsten track is a very symmetrical melody. By that I mean it starts here and it takes a nice little round and it ends where it starts. So it's sort of like the last bit of the melody is always the family of the first bit. So yeah, I always see a tune as a drawing. Like I said, there's symmetry in the melody and there's symmetry in the tune itself as well. So yeah, it's like a drawing, a painting. Trance, I never really understood the name of trance for this particular music. I guess it comes from, it puts people in a trance, but so does house music. And so does tribal, and so does minimal, and so does techno. So I mean, why trance is trance, I don't really know. But I think of the name, it's sketchy. It's it says a lot about in trance it's a lot about emotion as well, and that is what this music is all about. It's compared to techno or house, it's not really about the groove so much. It's really about the melody and the journey, the trip that you get out of there. Yeah. I think there's two. Well, there's many. I think the first one would be Out of the Blue by System F, because it's just a track that. For me personally, did a lot. It just kickstarted really kickstarted my career professionally, worldwide as well. That also kickstarted my DJ career, aside from producing. But it was also sort of like a new definition of the sound of trance at the time. When that track came out, there was not anything like that before, and with the big synthesizer riffs and the massive breakdowns. So that track just, sort of like set the tone for what trance is, or what trance became right after that track with Gorilla and Ferry Corsten and all the big riff trance and stuff. So that's one. And then I think Rocky Body Rock is another one. That's a track where I sort of kind of departed from the whole big, emotional trance riff sound and started experimenting with sort of like the 80s electro, dirty sounds, blending styles, everything. Also the fact that I just had a crazy moment that I grabbed the microphone and I started doing the vocals myself and ran it through a vocoder, and I'd never done anything like that before. So that was just a real fun moment coming out of a very structured sort of way of producing. Rocky Body Rock was that sort of freedom, that burst of out of control, sort of out of the box thing, which was great. Yeah. Well, 5 years ago, if you would ask me what I like more, DJing or producing, I would have said producing. But it's so much is depending on each other right now. That I would say like 50-50. It's as a DJ I play. It's very important to play my own productions. And what I see as a DJ on the dance floor and what I hear, the reaction that certain things in records trigger with the crowd, I can use in my productions again. So it's really something that goes hand in hand. Illegal downloading, does kill. Is killing the record scene, the record business. Of course, it spreads music like wildfire. So it's two sides. There's, the traditional way of getting your income as a record company out of record sales is gone. Yeah, without illegal downloads, I still think that that all of us would have been where we are right now. Just because of the spread and the spread of word, of internet, YouTube as well. You don't have to necessarily download someone's music illegally, while a track just costs you 99 cents. It's really pathetic if someone says like, oh, I get it for free. You just don't really pay the 99 cents really. And I don't think that it would have made a big difference for everybody in the music industry, and in terms of profile, really. That's for sure.